Good afternoon and welcome back to Amy Park, the final match of the round between Western United and Adelaide United. 4 months ago, Western United were crowned champions for the first time in their short history. Adelaide United missed out on the grand final by just a couple of minutes in their semi that went to extra time. But fast forward to today, and in round 5 of the new Isuzu Ute A-League men's season, Western United find themselves propping up the table with just 1 point from a possible 12. And Adelaide United, in this final match of the round, down in 9th place with just a solitary win to show. But this is a very, very important clash for both these two sides, particularly for John Aloisi's team. He's once again resisted the urge to change in search of solutions. Just 2 changes, the first enforced in defence, where Jacob Tratt, who was at Adelaide last season, comes in for the suspended Nikolai Topor-Stanley. James Troisi also comes in for one of the goal scorers last week, Nick Milanovic. That goal not enough to keep the youngsters' place in the side. A 4-2-3-1 formation for John Aloisi. Meanwhile, for Adelaide United, after getting that first win of the season last time out, Carl Veert has made just 1 tactical change. Former Sydney FC flyer Harry van der Sarg dropping to the bench, George Blackwood returning, which will see Ben Halloran move to his preferred position on the right wing in what looks like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 formation, with our Blackwood playing just behind Hiro Ibusuki. Adelaide get us underway, but the impetus will be on Western United to make the running in this contest. They are looking to avoid becoming just the second side in A-League men's history to be defending champions and lose 4 of their first 5 matches. Brisbane did it back in 2014-15. And Phil Moss, there is plenty of pressure starting to build on the shoulders of these Western United players, even if the talk out of the camp is that they're doing plenty right. And there's an early chance. This is like it from Wenzel Halls. 39 seconds. And the flag has gone up for offside and celebrations cut short early on. Phil Moss, welcome to the game.
Thank you, Robbie. What a blistering start, almost, for Western United. But you're right. They do need to really crank the engine today and get a result. And Johnny Aloisi seems calm, which is a good news because the pressure is starting to build.
As that's a lovely ball into the feet of Wenzel Halls, and this time it's a good save, but the follow-up on the head from Connor Payne. Great save from the outstretched right boot of Joe Gauci.
Brilliant save by Joe Gauci, as we see Wenzel Halls again in behind for the second time this afternoon, and he makes the angle for himself, but he just doesn't lift the ball as high as he needed to. Joe Gauci just had that right foot outstretched. Brilliant goalkeeping.
Goodwin does well and finds Dorigo. Ibusuki closed down by his former teammate Jacob Tratt last season. Tratt, who's moved around a lot, 14 matches last year for the Reds. Blackwood, his cross blocked by Lacroix, and a first corner of the match in favour of the away side. Goodwin delivers on that left boot. Ibusuki, and we have the goal. Hiroshi Ibusuki, who got the winner last week. And his season continues to go from strength to strength. It's another assist for that left boot of Craig Goodwin. And it is another goal conceded by Jamie Young and Western United. 9 minutes in, and the champions are behind again.
And we see wonderful delivery from Craig Goodwin, as we see week in, week out. He just lifts it into an area. He knows Ibusuki is a man mountain. He'll get up, he'll have some hang time, and he expertly directs that header past the outstretched hands of Jamie Young. And how often do we see it, Robbie? Western United dominating the opening periods, the first chance Adelaide get from a set piece, and they make Western pay.
When you look at the experience, I just mentioned the ages of those Adelaide players, but Western United are the oldest team in the competition last year. Look at Kilkenny and Troisi. Lacroix at the back. Topol Stanley, of course, who's missing today, but they do have some very exciting youngsters as well. Particularly Lockie Wales and Wenzel Halls up front. Garucio's cross. Connor Payne with Kilkenny. Tratt up against his former employers. Troisi as well up against his former club as Wales looks to accelerate. Finds James Troisi, who can open it up on the right foot, deflected and behind for a corner.
There was good patience by Western on that occasion. They didn't rush things. Kilkenny central to the build-up. And some good combinations to get the ball to Troisi's feet. You could see what he was trying to do. Bend it into that far post.
Javi Lopez on the score sheet. And Ryan Kitto with his only goal of last season. It was a wonderful goal as well. Well, Wenzel Halls had given Western United an early lead. He almost did that again today. Connor Payne, out-muscled, outnumbered, and now space on this left-hand side for Goodwin. Spotted by Lopez. 2 to aim for in the middle. Goodwin turns inside on the right foot. It may have taken a little deflection on the way through, but Jamie Young was unsighted. And that's 2 in 2 weeks for Craig Goodwin. And the champions, things just going from bad to worse.
Well, how a game of football can turn on a set piece, Robbie. First, Ibasuki. Secondly, Craig Goodwin. This is a wonderful switch of play. Western United caught very narrow. You cannot give on the Harvey Norman replay. Craig Goodwin, that sort of space. Cuts inside and lets his right foot do the rest. A little bit of a deflection by the looks of things, as we'll see on this angle here. There it is. But still a great finish.
Well, Jamie Young unsighted and a slight deflection, I think, off Jacob Tratt. And that right foot is not too bad either for Craig Goodwin. It's some coaching staff they have at Adelaide these days. There's Mark Milligan, of course, who Ben Warland says has been doing a fantastic job one-on-one with the players, helping them out defensively. Damien Morey is back this year as well, having come on board last season to replace Ross Aloisi, John Aloisi's brother.
He gives me nightmares still, Damien Morey.
Now Halloran, that's nicely done. Javi Lopez with the cross, Ibasuki leaping well. Blackwood, oh, completely mishits. And it's another own goal for Leo Lacroix. Well, 3-0. And the third is a comedy of errors. And poor old Leo Lacroix just cannot take a trick at the moment.
Well, that's just awful. It's awful in so many ways for Western United. But good on Adelaide United. They've certainly taken the initiative here, and you can see Ibasuki gets up so early, but there is a lack of desperation on the Harvey Norman replay by Western defenders. Look how early he gets up there. Leo Lacroix not getting close enough at all to his man to close the ball. And it's just all too easy for Adelaide United. And it's even come from a complete miscue from George Blackwood.
Wales comes inside. A goal before half-time would be just the tonic for Western United. Lacroix, good early ball. Connor Payne into the area. Turns, there's plenty of space. Cross in, the header! Oh, and just wide from Lockie Wales. Well, that was so nearly just what this game needed, heading into the break.
Well, it was so well worked by Western United down the left-hand side. Connor Payne, instrumental. That's a wonderful delivery into a great area. Lockie Wales has to hit the target at the very least.
And it's the last chance of the first half, and an action that pretty much sums up how things have gone, not just in this 45 minutes, but the season so far for Western United. They have had chances, they haven't taken them, and that's in stark contrast to the visitors, where Isuzu and Goodwin scored before a Lacroix own goal. See the visitors up by 3-0 at the break. And we are all set for the next 45 here of what has been a prolific weekend for the A-League men's competition. And it is Western United, the champions, looking to avoid what looks like almost unavoidable now, a 4th defeat in their opening 5 matches of their title defence. Certainly not what anyone was expecting, Phil Moss, at the start of this season.
No, it certainly wasn't, and they'd played some decent football, including the first half last week against the Mariners, but then that capitulation, there was some warning signs there, and they went down to 10 men. In the first 5 minutes today, you wouldn't have thought so, Robbie. They looked like they were starting in the right frame of mind. Wenzel Halls with a couple of chances.
Garuccio standing over it. He chips it to the back post where Tratt is beaten in the air by Kitto. He looked offside, and he was.
Yeah, I was going to say good defending there from Ryan Kitto. In the end, he didn't need to, but he wasn't to know that.
There is Milanovic with his first touch. He gets it back again here. Looking for Lockie Wales, intercepted by Kitto. Oh, Isuzu, clever little touch, but Lacroix read it well. And now comes forward with some fancy footwork himself. And the big number 4 looks to join the attack. It's behind him, Connor Payne. And that was another great chance for Western United. And Connor Payne, he just didn't strike it cleanly enough.
Certainly didn't, but great work in the first instance from Leo Lacroix. That's more like the player that we're used to seeing from last year. As you see, Risdon whip it into a good area, and Connor Payne, for the second time this game, it has to be said, didn't get the purchase, the connection that he was looking to. That's 2 fantastic chances for him in this game.
Bozanovsky, who came off the bench against the Mariners. It's his 5th appearance in the A-League men's, all of them off the bench, as Risdon looks wide for Wales. Can't find a shot. He was closed down quickly by Kitto. Now Wales has done well. Back post. Payne back across. Milanovic has shot blocked. Wenzel Halls. Milanovic goes again. And all of a sudden, 8 minutes in, and Western United have brought this one back to life.
Well, they huffed and they puffed and finally blew the house down to reach the back of Joe Gauchi's net. Wonderful strike in the end by Milanovic, but it's great work on the Harvey Norman replay from Lockie Wales on the far post. He composed himself and he delivered it into a good area. Connor Payne did the right thing, put it back across goal, and at the second attempt, Milanovic finds the back of the Adelaide net. Just the tonic that Western United would have hoped for to start this second half.
Really, until that goal from Milanovic, and if you disregard that opening 5 minutes, you wouldn't have thought that Western United had been so threatening to Adelaide's goal.
No, that's right. A couple of other stats there, though. 5 versus 2 on target for Western United.
As that ball back post towards Payne. Garuccio, the cutback, space for Connor Payne to try and bend one, blocked by Popovic. Well, in the end, he didn't try and bend it. He tried to hammer it straight down the middle. Kilkenny will get it back again. The right foot cross was looping towards that top corner. I don't think it was intentional, but Gauchi couldn't take any chances.
Well, I'm not sure if he's tried the Jake Brimmer there or if it was actually a shot. Either way, he saw his opportunity with the outside of his right foot, and it was going to cause Gauchi some problems if he didn't deal with it. Gee, I think maybe he was going for that top far corner.
Oh, as Connor Payne gets taken down by a sniper. The old stepping on the ball. And a crazy couple of moments as the ball flew from one end to the other.
Well, there really has been, and it's not allowed me to finish the statement I was going to make about those shots on target. 5-2 in favour of Western United. but it's the shot accuracy.
As Isuzu releases Halloran down that right-hand side, looks up and crosses. Isuzu, what a save! The follow-up from Goodwin, and now Blackwood off the crossbar as all the Western defenders stood and watched. Well, this match has had just about everything.
Well, that was quite remarkable, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant from Adelaide. They did everything but score there. They don't need to force passes, Adelaide. They just need to be patient.
They haven't held on to the ball as well as they did in the first half, which has also just fueled Western United's sense of ambition, and perhaps this one isn't finished after all. Kitto with a big up and under. Oh, Trant's header is poor. Isuzu now with the chance to restore that 3-goal lead. And Trant makes amends. Only as far as Goodwin, though. Dorigo back outside for Kitto. This is nicely done. They're queuing up in the middle. It's across the face of goal. Alagic, was that a hand? No, says the referee. Isuzu just taking too long. Oh, and Jamie Young with a rare fluster, and Jamie Young furious with the referee. He will get a yellow card for that outburst.
Well, is he furious at the referee, or is he furious at his teammates? Because there is a real lack of urgency. This was all in slow motion. Inside the box again, it was almost another comedy of errors. Look at the time that Isuzu is afforded to get his shot away. And there's Mr. Ernie Merrick. One of the biggest jobs in Australian football at the moment, Ernie. He was an ambassador for Football Coaches Australia, did some wonderful work with us. He really is a champion of the game here in Australia.
The game continues to grow in Australia, of course. We just saw the figures, more than 1.2 million official participants across all age groups. Speaking to the referees as well, we need more referees in Australia for the growing numbers. So if you want to, if you love the game, if you know the rules, there's nothing worse than turning up to play for your local team and there's no referee. You can even earn some extra money on the weekends as a referee, so sign up as well, get in touch with your local federations. The game is growing, and that means we need more people. Van der Sar does brilliantly. Two strong challengers now into the area, the cross in, and there it is. Ben Halloran, with 12 minutes left to play, has surely put this one to bed now. He has restored the 3-goal cushion. It's a fourth different goal scorer for Adelaide, and hats off Harry van der Sar.
Brilliant precision finishing there from Ben Halloran, but the creator supreme was Harry van der Sar. We just spoke about him before. Look at the aggression to win the ball off Lacroix, and then the wherewithal to pick out the willing runner of Halloran on the Harvey Norman replay. Absolutely brilliant from Adelaide United. Take a bow, Harry van der Sar. Great finish, Ben Halloran.
And not to just twist the knife, but Leo Lacroix beat by just a more determined Harry van der Sar on the sideline there. So much of the sounds coming out of the camp are positive, but the results just aren't there, and it is becoming a problem. There's only so long you can say that things are going to change, that brighter days lie ahead. For the moment, the forecast does not look good. Risdon looking for Wales, a push in the back, yes, penalty against Kitto. And perhaps there's another twist in the tail of this one.
Well, ultimately, it's great positioning from Lachie Wales. Just got wrong side of Ryan Kitto. He really had no choice.
He scored against MacArthur, the equaliser in the 1-1 draw there 2 weeks ago. And now the chance to pull this back. Oh, saved by Gauci. He went the right way. It was struck forcefully by Lachie Wales, but it's a great stop. And I said it before, but when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
It really does, and I'm going to go with, if he picks the right way there, it's a relatively standard goalkeeping save, that, because it's at a great height for a goalkeeper.
Inviting the press from Jovanovic. Isaias' header only finds Milanovic. Big switch of play. Risdon charging it down. Loses out to Juande. Bozanovski has it back. Garuccio. Well, that's a lovely touch from Wales for Connor Payne. Oh, the ball to the back post, completely overhit. He had three options in the middle. He could have gone it alone, and he found Piraeus with a very difficult ball to negotiate.
Well, what a wonderful touch from Lachie Wales to start with, but in the end it was those too many options that probably proved the undoing of Connor Payne. Too many things to think about.
The Red Army know they're returning with 3 points. They're happy with their travels as they prepare for the visit of Melbourne Victory. As here's Wales trying to turn Juande, launching himself at it. Bozanovski, his shot blocked. Great desperation still by Alagic. Isaias bundling over Payne. Referee says play continues. Diamanti, oh, it's a good cross. And now the chance, Milanovic, the follow-up, Piraeus. And Joe Gauci has made some fantastic stops today as well.
Well, that's brilliant goalkeeping. Great reaction goalkeeping there. Fantastic reflexes. We see Diamanti swing a wonderful ball into a dangerous area. And then Milanovic puts his foot through it. Gauci up to the challenge. Piraeus finds Gauci up to the challenge as well.
Well, he has been a real positive, Nick Milanovic, since coming on for Western. Diamanti's ball, oh, it's missed! And Dylan Piraeus has reduced the margins again. Is it too little too late? There's 3.5 minutes left. The Western United service crew celebrate the goal.
Make no mistake, this is a big result for Adelaide.
Alagic is fouled by Garuccio, and it's the final action of this match. It's a 4th defeat in 5 matches for the defending champions Western United, who now have just 1 point at the bottom of the table. While for Adelaide, back-to-back wins is just the result they needed. They climb back into the 6 on a game that had plenty of twists and turns. Jamie Young with a word for Craig Goodwin. He scored and assisted. Alessandro Diamanti coming on couldn't turn things around in Western United's favour. It's finished here for round 5 of the Isuzu Ute A-League men's competition. Adelaide United 4, Western United 2.